Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Friday the 29th of January 2021. Thanks for joining me. I want to use the Tarot of the Mystic Spiral for today's reading. Let's see what the cards have to say. So I'm going to choose 3 cards and see what the Tarot wants to share about the day's coming energy. So let's have a look. We have the King of Chalices, Leonardo da Vinci. Then we've got the 5 of Chalices. And finally, the World. Okay. I think the World appeared recently, so there's a sense of unity and wholeness that you can really enjoy and build on. The King of Chalices is a masculine figure that's all about healing and devoting yourself to something and being diligent and being good and loving and nurturing. Leonardo da Vinci obviously was a genius, a creative genius. So the King of Cups today, it doesn't just give you the ability to really connect on a heart level, but also gives you creative talent and allows you to tap into that realm of the imagination that sometimes is more or less accessible. And you can tune into that. There's perfect balance. You kind of intersect that veil that keeps you from the other world. And you're able to channel that into something practical. So the court cards in themselves, they can either represent people or specific characteristics. And here today, it's not that Leonardo da Vinci is going to appear, but the essence of Leonardo da Vinci is floating around, and it makes you more creative and able to really translate your thoughts into something that other people can connect with. Next, we've got the 5 of Chalices. That's often known as grief. And the card is all about perspective, because what's interesting is we always have these 2 cups which are standing upright and 3 which have spilled. So you shouldn't cry over spilled milk in the first place. What's done is done. But second of all, it's always this excessive reaction to 3 cups spilling, and always the ones that are upright are ignored. So it's really a matter of having to navigate the own kind of spirals that appear in your mind, and to work through those and to find exits that say, hey, actually, hang on a minute, let's look at this reasonably before we get caught up in the emotional whirlpool. We have 2 cups standing upright. There's something to be grateful for. It's not all doom and gloom. Yes, 3 things have gone, but 2 things are still there. And let's just get this into perspective. You know, it's like luxury problems almost. So you've got this amazing creative ability, and you're able to enrich the world with those. But rather than be so altruistic, it's really about looking at your own kind of personal crises and the things that you're grieving over and the thing that you feel have gone missing or have been lost in your life, and to get creative about those and to say, well, how can I turn this around and bring some new water in, something new I can love? So it's not creativity in the literal sense of you paint, you write, you sing. It's creative in the metaphorical sense that you may have things in your life that need transforming. So rather than be on a downward spiral, you can change it and be on an upward spiral. And you have the creativity to work with those abstract things and to really change them around for the better. And finally, we've got the World. And the World is interesting because usually it's a woman surrounded by this wreath, and it's perfect balance, and it's vulnerability, and it's recognizing your weakness to attain your real strength. And she's surrounded by the different elements, so nothing can really touch her. Here we've got the actual world. So it's interesting that this keeps coming up, the literal versus the metaphorical, and taking things on face value. Remember that the 5 of Cups is about perspective. So if something seems to be a certain way, try and look at it from a different point of view, a different angle, and don't be so literal or just exclusively metaphorical about things, and look at a different perspective on this, because it's going to help you shift these kind of energies and it'll help you get creative about it. So the World here is the planet itself, and then we've got it surrounded by these different cultural symbols. We've got like the caves here, and some Asian kind of calligraphy work. And then we've got an eagle and a lion. So the eagle is a predator, it's independent, it really takes what it wants. And the lion is strength. And not only is it a regular lion, it's got wings. So it's strength that can really lead to freedom. And it's a vortex that's pulling all of these things in. So these powerful symbols are really helpless in the face of this thing this wheel that started spinning. It's like something's been set off into motion, and it pulls everything in its path into its vortex, and it just becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. So the real gift that you've got is not to let yourself be trapped into any situation. It's what I'm kind of remembering here with this kind of theme is a couple of years ago I saw an interview with Carrie Fisher, and she said, you know, my life has to be funny, otherwise it would just be true. And if it were just true, it'd be unacceptable. So it's taking the same content, but really putting a different spin on it so that it either empowers you or you're ashamed about it. But it's really in your power to get creative with what has gone on in your life. And the things that can seem really difficult can often be turned into comedy. I mean, things aren't so set in stone, they're always moving. So the creative gift you've got is that you recognize that pattern in the world and you're able to kind of weave and work with it. And that really empowers you, and it centers you more and more and more until you really turn everything around. And it does go from a downward to an upward spiral. Number-wise, we've got the King, which is a 1. And 5 is 6, and 21 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9, and 9 is spirituality and completion. So you're able to end an existing pattern of behavior, and you're able to transform it into something new. That's far more powerful than anything you have faced up until now, or any personal resistance you've got residing within you that you feel is going to be sabotaging any progress you make. This process in itself is really strong, and it pulls everything into itself. So we've got a spiral here and we've got a spiral there, and we've got this perfect circle. So this is like a natural rhythm in life that's appeared, and it really allows you to complete something and to start off on a new, more creative adventure. So I hope you have an amazing day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please hit subscribe, give it a like, and share the video online. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.